What's up everybody, Petrus Lambers here, and in this video I'll be talking about my Chelsea versus Southampton thoughts. So first half was a very dominant display by Chelsea, who had so much point to prove after two consecutive losses against Juventus during the midweek and also Man City last week, which is the previous Premier League game. So they had to perform the way how they had performed against Southampton in that first half, creating lots of chances, pressing really well, and making sure that they get the ball back as soon as possible, as seen, for example, by Hudson-Odoi. So it was a very, very great first half by Chelsea, and of course, even though it's great, it was also disappointing that Chelsea only managed to get one goal into the goal net, in contrast to what I think should have been a 3-0 scoreline by half time. And then when it came to the second half, Chelsea lost that performance that they did in the first half in the second half, and it gave Southampton the confidence, the belief, and the determination to try and get the equalizer, which they certainly did get, and they deservedly get after Chilwell fouled former Chelsea player Tino Livramento, and as a result, after James isn't it? Well, I don't know his first name fully well, but I think it is James. But in football shirt, it's Ward-Prowse. So after Ward-Prowse gets the equalizer, I have this uncomfortable feeling that perhaps Chelsea could lose today. But then again, you have to remember how deep the Chelsea squad is, and Thomas Tuchel was obviously aware of that, hence the reason why he brought out, the players such as Barkley, such as Mount, who I think, and it's not really what I think, it's very, very evident that when you see the match after Mount came on, Chelsea looked very, very lively even more. They were able to create a lot more chances, and they look more threatening than in the absence of Mason Mount. So those two substitutions were very, very pivotal in the match. Of course, another pivotal event was the red card which Ward-Prowse got for his tackle on Jorginho. Do I think that it was a deserved red card? Of course, of course. It's a very serious offence by Ward-Prowse. You can also see as well that when he tackled Jorginho, his left foot made a huge contact with Jorginho's left foot, and then because it was sliding, he also took out Jorginho's other leg as well. So it was a very clear and visible red card offence, and it was also agreed by many professionals, and of course I think during the match of the day by Danny Murphy. So that highlights just how severe it was, and that it was a very clear red card. Talking about the red card, which wasn't a red card in the first place, given by the referee to Ward-Prowse, but after it was checked through VAR, the referee changed his decision from a yellow card to red card. And talking about the VAR, it was very, very clear that when I watched it again after the match, the goal that Timo Werner should have gotten, I think that it was very clear that Timo's goal, first actual goal, in my eyes, should have been counted as a goal, because it was more than long than enough for the referee to decide that it was a foul. But they didn't, they didn't blow the whistle when they feel like it's a foul, and as a consequence, Chelsea was scoring, and then VAR had to intervene and avoid that count or actually stop that count as a goal. And for me, I'm not happy with that as well, not because of just the referee's decision, but I think a lot of people can agree on that. If we were to refer to, let's say, the one of the Man United matches this season, a similar incident occur, but Man U still got it count as a goal. So it doesn't make sense as to why Chelsea's one didn't count as a goal. And with the time that, between Aspie doing the so-called tackling the Southampton defender and Timo's incredible header that gives Chelsea back the lead. It's such a long time, and it's really ridiculous that they disallowed it. It's unacceptable. It's very unacceptable. Luckily, at the end of it all, it didn't make much of a difference, which is a positive. But the clear thing is that as long Chelsea were able to win the match, there shouldn't be any further stress or complaint that Chelsea didn't win, because they did win. They completely destroyed Southampton, especially thanks to their substitutions, especially thanks to the introduction of Mason Mount and Barkley. What a pass! What a pass! It was a very, very incredible pass. And that's the thing about Ross Barkley, is that sometimes you can say that he's really underperforming player, but at other times he can produce magic, essentially magic, like what I saw in that match. And the thing is, I'm certain that under Tuchel, I'm confident that Barkley and Loftus-Cheek can go to greater heights than they ever had in their football careers. And yeah, that's my thoughts on the Chelsea versus Southampton match. I don't even actually know what else to say, because that's, I think it's the summary of my thoughts on the match. And yeah, if you guys like the video, make sure that you like the video to show that you do, and also to subscribe to my channel to help grow my channel, because every single one of you that subscribe will certainly help and make a huge difference in my channel and its growth, and of course in my YouTube career. And with nothing else to say, I'll see you in the next video. So goodbye and take care.